guys, Gabe Suarez here from Suarez Tactics. So, on our Patreon, you know, there's guys that sometimes they'll send me a video link of somebody else on the internet talking about something dealing with the the things that we have interest in, self-defense and fighting and martial things and so on. And this one particular guy, a relatively, I guess, well-known individual, was going on there telling you that if you're interested in self-defense, that you don't need to be physically fit. Anytime I hear that word "need," I'm thinking that someone is either a communist, because that's what communism is based on, the lie that it will give you what you need, or they're an underachiever and they just simply want to get by rather than to make themselves better and to excel in anything. Either that or they have an agenda and they're trying to sell you whatever they're telling you that you need. So look, the bottom line about this is very simple. When someone tells you that this is what you need, or that you don't need that, or you don't need this, or what have you, you immediately need to go on guard, because they're either trying to convince you to give something up, i.e., the idiot president, you don't need an assault rifle. Well, yeah, the fuck we do. Or, you don't need to be physically fit. Yeah, absolutely we do. So I want to address the fitness thing, because the communist aspect is, good Lord, I've kicked that horse so hard that the bones are starting to decompose. So the whole physical fitness thing. Okay, look, I am sick and tired of seeing 300-pound tub of shit firearms instructors on YouTube shooting, trying to teach people something. Okay, fighting is not just about shooting. Self-defense is not just about shooting. Self-defense is fighting. And if you're talking about guns, you're fighting with a gun. Okay? And as many of you know, because you've experienced this in the force-on-force realm, oftentimes the fight itself is an unexpected event. And so if you find yourself physically unfit, meaning that you have no physical strength, you have no upper body strength, you have no ability to carry on in a cardiovascular demands and so on, you're going to find that event is going to be very, very difficult for you. And if you manage to prevail, it will be more by happenstance than by design. So, yeah, you do need physical fitness. Okay? Now, somebody will say, well, but you know what? There's people that are physically unfit that prevail in gunfights, or not really gunfights, but they defend themselves all the time with firearms. Well, yeah, that may be true, but that also is because they're lucky. Okay, their adversary was not a dedicated adversary. Their adversary was not one that maybe had an inkling about tactics, about setting up the event, and so on. Okay, so remember, fortuitous outcomes reinforce bad tactics. Fortuitous outcomes should not establish your tactics. So look at the real world. Okay, are there incompetent and stupid criminals? Well, of course there are. Just like there are incompetent and stupid cops and judges and doctors and accountants and teachers and even politicians. Okay, but there are also those that are very skilled, that take their craft seriously and spend just as much time, if not more, developing their skills and abilities. Okay, and their only difference between you is they have a different philosophical perspective about what's right and wrong. If you are physically unfit, physically unprepared for the fight, and you come across one of those guys, you're going to lose. Period. End of story. Okay? Doesn't matter how good a shot you are, doesn't matter how many IPSC trophies you have and all that sort of thing. You come across someone like that, that has an understanding of tactics and the initiative in the fight and how to surprise things and so on. Or, they may not even be armed. It just may start off as an attempt to take you down or a fist fight or something like that. If you don't have the ability to physically defend yourself, physically get off the X, physically move somewhere, then guess you're going to lose, period. Okay? Now, here's the other aspect of this, okay? Look, the majority of people carrying guns out there in America, I'm going to use the N-word. They don't need to carry a gun because the majority of them are never going to have to defend themselves in their life. So if we're playing those odds, okay, we can play them to the extreme. Now, I'm not telling people not to carry guns. I think everybody should carry guns. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to play those odds, let's really play the odds, okay? What is it that kills the majority of Americans today? Is it muggers in the parking lot with sharpened screwdrivers? Nope. Is it ISIS terrorists conducting active shooter events? No. It's things like heart disease, things like obesity, things that are ramifications of the Americans' incessant quest for ease and comfort. Okay? The older they get, the fatter they get. The older they get, the more incapable and physically unfit they get. And so what happens is they start to die, and eventually something happens where it's catastrophic, and they die. They have a heart attack. They have some sort of other event. All right? Now, a lot of this, a great deal of this, can be averted by being physically fit, by being strong, by having muscles, by being lean, instead of being a fat bastard that does nothing but stuff his face and goes to the range and works on his split times. Okay? So the next time some gun instructor tells you that you don't need to be physically fit, you can rest assured, my friends, that he is an idiot and you don't want to listen to him any longer because he's wrong. Okay? You do need to be physically fit. Now, do you need to be an Olympic athlete and, jiu-jitsu champion and all? No, you don't. But you need to put in an effort, okay? And look, I'm not going to set a bar or a number or anything like that, but, look at yourself in the mirror. And if you look fat, you probably are fat. Okay, so what do? Well, it's very, very simple. You need to have food discipline, okay? Be careful with what you eat, okay? And, if you want to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to tell you what I think you should do, send you some books that you should read and so on. But you need to have food discipline. You need to have physical discipline, okay? Less time sitting down, more time doing physical activity. If you're overweight and you're interested in self-defense, I'll tell you what, you would be better served by going to the gym 3 times a week than by going to the shooting range 3 times a week. It's not about what's fun or whatever. It's about what is going to be best for you, okay? You want to go to the shooting range? Great. But if you're talking about needs, you need to be physically fit a lot more than you need to be more accurate or faster or what have you, okay? Now, the other aspect of this, when somebody starts talking about need, I set that aside, okay? Look, communist nations are based on need. What has made and kept America great until recently is that we are a society based on wants. If you work hard, you apply yourself, you put in the time, you put in the effort, you can have pretty much whatever you want, okay? Now, are some wants beneficial? That's a matter of opinion. So instead of looking at wants and needs, I would submit what will benefit you the most, okay? What will benefit you the most? Will a new $5,000 1911 benefit you more than losing 50 pounds off your belly? Probably not. Losing the weight probably would benefit you more. It's harder. It takes more effort. But you know what? That will benefit you more. Both of them will benefit you. You can shoot really well with a custom 1911. But you know what? You will live better if you don't have a man fetus hanging over your belt buckle. Okay? So, benefits. There are the people online now, old school instructors telling people, well, you don't need an optic on your pistol, and kind of ridiculing those that used them and created them and all that sort of thing. Well, my response would be, okay, will you benefit from having an optic on your pistol? Well, of course you will, because it'll make you faster, it'll make you more accurate. Anybody that tells you that those two things are not the case is foolish. They don't understand what they're talking about. An optic will make you faster, an optic will make you more accurate, okay? Is there any detriment to having an optic? Absolutely not, other than the cost. Okay? So that is a net gain, adding an optic. Being physically fit, not being a fat guy, that's a net gain. Okay, what else? Well, appendix carry, that's another one. Okay, there's guys, well, I don't like appendix. That's fine. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. I don't really care how you carry your gun. Okay, you can carry it in a fanny pack for all I care. Okay, but ask yourself, will I benefit from carrying an appendix? Well, first of all, you can't do it if you're a fat guy. All right, I wonder if there's any connection between those that hate appendix carry and the... Oh my God. Well, never mind. Okay, will it benefit you to be able to conceal the weapon better? Of course it will. Will it benefit you to be able to access the weapon quicker? Of course it will. Will it benefit you to be able to carry a full-size fighting pistol as opposed to having to carry a little compact so that you can conceal it better? Well, of course it will. Okay, so if you can do it, and you have access to someone that'll show you how to do it right, of course you'll benefit from having appendix carry. Okay, so anytime you have a controversy that's online about this stuff, need and want and all this kind of stuff, just ask yourself simply this: am I going to benefit from what this particular technology brings to me? And if the answer is yes, do it, because this is America and you can. Okay, so anyway, that's it. My name is Gabe Suarez, and I approve this message. All right, time to get some protein. Ciao.